right. Hey guys, welcome to my channel Noraverse. Today we are doing 10 detective riddles only the most attentive 1% can solve. And hopefully we are that 1%. So let's get started. These are supposed to be really hard. I saw these on my recommended page and I just decided, why not? Ooh. 10 detective riddles only the most attentive 1% can solve. Scientifically proved that you must solve 10 detective riddles every day to develop and exercise your brain. So let's exercise this now again. Yes, we have made this fact up. If you are ready to check how attentive you are, this video is what you need. Watch your riddle, have 15 seconds to try to crack it. You guys do this with me, okay? Let's do this. Tell me the ones you get and you don't get. Good luck. 10. A detective and the blacksmith brothers. On a snowy winter night, the detective was resting in front of the fireplace. Suddenly, somebody threw a snowball at his window. The hit was so strong that the glass shattered. The detective stood up and had just enough time to notice 3 kids who lived in the neighborhood running away. They were brothers with the names Sam Blacksmith, Peter Blacksmith, and Mark Blacksmith. Okay. The next day, a paper note was left on the detective's door. There was written, "Blacksmith, he threw the snowball." The detective knew immediately which brother to question. Which one? Who threw the snowball? Am I gonna get to see this note? Is it the one that's nodding? Oh my god, I don't know. Did I miss something, guys? This is making me so nervous. The brothers responsible for the broken window was marked. The symbol question mark is called, question mark, blacksmith. He threw the snowball. Wow, that is clever. Okay, let's pay attention. Hotel room. Number 9. A woman was staying in her hotel room when somebody knocked at the door. When she opened it, she saw an unknown man. He looked surprised and said, "I apologize, I thought it was my room." He turned away and went in the direction of the elevators. The woman, however, returned to her room and dialed security. Good call. Why was she so suspicious? Well, first of all, if it was his room, he would have the key for it, right? I think that's why. And she shouldn't open the door for strangers. Because she's in a hotel. He would have the key if it was his room. I think that's it. Answer. The woman logically decided that if the man had thought that the room was his, he wouldn't have knocked. Bam! Such behavior is typical for those criminals who break into the hotel rooms and steal whatever they can. They knock on the doors to make sure there's nobody inside. Wow, I didn't know it was a thing. 8. Suicide or murder. Okay. A detective comes to a crime scene. A man is said to jump out of a window of an abandoned building and commit suicide. The detective goes inside the building to the first floor to the room at the front. He lights a cigarette, goes up to the window which faces the dead man, opens it and throws a cigarette out. Then he goes to the second floor and does the same. He continues until he has visited all the floors and repeated the action again and again. Then he returns to his team and says that it was by no means a suicide but a murder. How did he find it out? Oh, because when you throw a cigarette or you fall, or you wouldn't be so far from the building, and if you were pushed, you would, I guess, be thrown a little farther. I don't know, I think. Let's see. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But also cigarettes are really light. Answer. When a person commits suicide jumping from a high floor, they don't tend to close the window behind them. But in this, oh my god. Yo, I was way off. It means that there was somebody who closed them after the man died. I was off. Okay. Next. New start. Iced tea. Cafe. All right. 2 young ladies were having dinner together. They both ordered iced tea. One of them was very thirsty and drank very fast. She had 5 glasses during the time the other drank only 1. Tragically, the girl who was nursing her drink and drinking slowly died. The other stayed alive. Okay, but it turned out that all the drinks had been served contained poison. How is it possible that the girl who drank more survived? I've actually seen this in like a Criminal Minds or CSI episode or some sort of riddle book where if this drink comes with ice cubes, the one that was drinking it slowly let the ice melt. Now the one that drank it fast, but she drinks real fast. She's gonna have to go to the bathroom. So let's see, ice cube? I hope I'm right. In fact, the poison was contained in the ice. The ice in the tea of the girl who drank fast didn't have time to melt. Good call. But the ice cubes in the other girl's drink melting released the poison into her tea. You guys, remember this bad boy when you need to poison someone. Mysterious death in the car. A man was found shot to death in his car. The policemen were puzzled as there was no gunpowder on his clothes or anywhere else in the car. This meant that the person who shot him was outside, but all the windows were closed and all the doors locked, and the only bullet hole was on the man's body. How was it possible? Okay, so it's a convertible, so I'm pretty sure the roof was down when the guy shot it, and then he put it back up, because it's a soft top, so those can be manually put up and down. Or the guy was shot outside and then put into the car. One of those, right? The car where the man had been killed was a convertible, yes. Where the fatal shot sounded, the roof was down. Okay, I was right! Fly in the coffee. That's gross. A woman was having breakfast at a nice restaurant. And one moment she noticed a fly in her coffee. Gross. She was indignant and made the waiter bring her another cup. After he returned with a new cup of coffee, she shouted, "What is the service in this place? You have brought me the same cup of coffee." How did she understand it? Well, because the fly was already there, so she thought he just took it back and returned it because either she knew the fly or the fly was there, the same fly. Right? She had already put sugar in her previous cup of coffee. When she tried the new one, it was sweet. Oh. Ooh. In the court for killing the wife. A man is accused of killing his wife. His lawyer in his final statement declares that the wife of the man in fact hadn't been killed and will enter the courtroom in a minute. Everybody in the room, including the judge and the jury, turns and looks at the door. And the lawyer with the defendant look at them. Several minutes pass and the lawyer says, "It proves that you are not so sure my client has killed his wife. Otherwise, you wouldn't believe me." Almost immediately after that, the jury comes up with a guilty verdict. Why does it happen? Well, because he baited them and he had no evidence that the guy didn't kill the wife and he lied. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. Everyone was pissed at him. The man who had been accused wasn't looking at the door. He was sure his wife wouldn't enter and as he had killed her. Oh. I guess I was too bitter. A case of a smuggler. A man carrying 2 bags with sand crosses the Mexican border on a bicycle every day. Customs officers regularly check the bags and all the time they contain sand. It is obvious that the man smuggles something, but the officers can't realize what it is exactly. As they don't have any proof, the man crosses the border without interruptions. What does he smuggle? He smuggles sand, hats, bikes. Does he smuggle all of those things that I just listed? Or bikes? Answer. This creative individual distracts the customs officer's attention with the bags of sand, but in fact he smuggles bicycles. Yay! I was right! Suicide message. A body of a man was found in the flat. At some moment, he collapsed against his desk, a gun in his hand. The police found a cassette recorder nearby. When they pressed the play button, what they heard was, "I can't live like this anymore." Then the sound of gunshot was heard. However, the detectives immediately figured out that it was a murder. How did he realize that it wasn't a suicide? I have no idea. It wasn't his voice. He had no gunpowder residue on his hands. The bullet was on the wrong side. It wasn't his phone. I don't know. What is it? If the man had killed himself, he by no means would have been able to rewind the tape. Conclusion, there was someone else. Oh, it was a tape recorder. Crime scene. A man killed his wife in their car. He used a knife which he later threw away into an abyss where nobody was going to find it. His wife's body he took out of the car. He was very careful and left no fingerprints. After that, he headed home in a couple of hours. He got a call from the police. They informed him that his wife had been killed and he had to arrive at the crime scene right away. As soon as he got there, however, he was suspended for the murder. How did the police realize it had been him who was guilty? I know how. Because they never told him the location of the crime and he went straight for it. He got himself busted. That's really smart. I feel like a lot of people would fall for that. I would fall for that. Where they're like, you didn't cheat, and then they would say something and I'd be like, oops. The husband wasn't informed of the definite location of the crime scene, despite that he came to the right place. Did the police always do that? We hope you had a good time solving these riddles. Okay, guys, so that was interesting. I don't know, maybe I got about half and half. Tell me which ones you thought were the easiest, which ones you thought were the hardest. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you aren't subscribed to my channel yet, what are you waiting for? Subscribe. Anyway, I love you guys so much. Bye!